Welcome back from your summer break. Before we begin our work together today, let's connect with our colleagues. Please take a few moments to share a highlight from your summer with your neighbors seated around you. Keeping that summer spirit in mind, let's look ahead to a challenge. The ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in moments of comfort and convenience, but where he stands at times of challenge and controversy. As educators, we are in no shortage of challenges in our work. But with the knowledge of what's ahead, let's see what we're up against and how we can tackle it. Before we begin, let's get grounded in our mission statement. One that states that all students can learn are entitled to a rigorous and relevant curriculum. Our hardworking staff also has agreed to some non-negotiables. We're committed to using differentiated awareness in our instruction, using common curriculum and assessments in our courses, and using data analysis cycles to continuously improve. Our hardworking staff is willing to collaborate, and it's time to tackle a problem that exists all over the state of California. California has an achievement gap for its African American students. The data from the California Department of Education shows that for 3 years now, our African American students have not performed as well as their peers. This same achievement gap exists on our campus. While it's difficult to hear of an area where we can improve, I'd like to say it to you today. African American students at Still Canyon High School are not achieving at the same rate as their white peers. I interviewed 3 African American students and told them of the gap. After explaining to them what it meant, I asked for their feedback. In their own words, here are some of the questions I asked with their responses. Some of their responses suggest that we are mostly there or doing some of the good work we are capable of. Other responses suggest there is room for improvement. As we see in their responses, we can keep an open mind and an open heart to where we can improve. Let's look at the data. The data shows us that there is an approximately 15% gap between the achievement of our white students and our African American students on the English Language Arts SBAC summative exam. The writing claim has the most significant disparity, with our African American students below standard for 3 years in a row, starting in 2016 at 22% below standard, in 2017 at 8% below standard, and then up again in 2018 at 15% below standard. Our instructional goal is to close this gap. What are some high leverage actions that we can engage in right now to help our African American students achieve? We can continue the work of visible learning via the learning intentions and success criteria that we implemented in the 2018-2019 school year. We can use our existing PLCs to analyze achievement data for our African American students and their writing. And we can check our own biases with some expert training, looking to make sure we have provided our African American students every opportunity to learn and grow. Our instructional focus could be 3-pronged for next year. A school-wide focus on purpose in lesson planning would be a beginning. We can provide students with clearly articulated learning intentions and success criteria during writing instruction. A school-wide focus on student engagement would be a second step. We could utilize engagement strategies that build upon academic backgrounds, life experiences, culture, and language to support rigorous and culturally relevant learning. A school-wide focus on implicit bias is a third step. We can enroll the help of experts to lead the staff through the training required to recognize and identify cultural bias, allowing the staff to more effectively deliver instruction to all students. It's imperative that we honor our mission statement, and an action plan for the 2019-2020 school year can help us. I'd like us to create an interdisciplinary team to address the African American Achievement Gap on the SBAC ELA summative exam. In quarter one, I'd like to see us unpack the SBAC ELA data and suspension data. Also, in quarter one, I would like each discipline to revamp one major writing unit using the principles of visible learning, adding learning intentions and success criteria. Moving into quarter two, I would like us to create a report that pulls together the Lexile scores of our African American students so we can support them with reading materials at their Lexile levels. I'd also like to create a reading list by subject and Lexile score so students can grow their reading levels year-round. In quarter three, I would like to develop empathy interview questions and have each African American student interviewed one time in the 1920 school year by a teacher. And we could share those interviews anonymously via professional learning so we can learn a little bit more about our African American students so we can serve them more thoroughly. In quarter four, we can host a parent forum for our students of color, providing parents a chance to share their home experiences, cultural beliefs, and suggestions for supporting their students' academic goals. Accountability is a good part of any hardworking team. Quarterly reports by the African American Achievement Gap team can be made via professional learning meetings. Shared curriculum can be available to all stakeholders via a team drive. Yearly data monitoring is something that we can provide for the staff so we can track our progress. And we can continue on with the African American Achievement Gap team as needed, with adjustments in roles until the gap is closed. Of course, hard work needs celebrations, and our African American Achievement Gap leadership team would have opportunities to reflect and celebrate, encourage one another, and showcase the best work being done on campus to close this achievement gap. It's time to honor our mission statement and take on this most important work. Our students need your expertise and passion. Are you ready to join this team?